First and second generation textile makers in Milan, the Ricci family is affluent. Tancredi Ricci and his wife Emma are throwing a fancy dinner party for Edoardo, patriarch and creator of the family business, who is celebrating his birthday. While the many servants scurry about the family, he is disappointed to learn that Tancredi and Emma's eldest son, Edoardo Jr., has lost a competition on his grandfather's birthday. Edoardo Jr. returns from the tournament, having informed his family that he will be accompanied by a lover. He intends to marry Eva, a member of the renowned Ugolini family. Gianluca and Elisabetta, Edoardo Jr.'s young adult siblings, protest about being served Uca, Edoardo Jr.'s favorite dish, a particular soup their mother Emma, a Russian by birth, had made for him since childhood. The grandfather says that the family firm would be passed down to his son Tancredi, who has long worked with him, as well as Edoardo Jr. Despite a tradition of giving each other paintings, Elisabetta, who attends school in London, gives her grandfather with one of her artworks a photograph at the meal. He is dissatisfied, but his attractive wife, Allegra Rory Ricci, encourages him to ignore it. Later in the birthday celebration, Edoardo Jr. is surprised by Antonio, the chef who had defeated him earlier in the day in the competition. Antonio presents Edoardo with a lovely cake as a gift, and the gesture impresses him so much that he introduces him to his mother. Emma discovers a CD with a note from Elisabetta to her brother Edoardo, disclosing that Elisabetta is a lesbian while running errands after the party. She tells her brother about a woman she met and how she is in love with someone else. Meanwhile, Antonio's father's restaurant is visited by Edoardo Jr. They then decide to start a restaurant together on Antonio's father's property in San Remo. Emma is aroused when eating a prawn dish that Antonio prepares for her months later at Antonio's restaurant with Rory and Eva. Elisabetta comes to Milan with her hair cut short and invites Emma to accompany her to Nice to find a location for her art exhibition. Emma observes Antonio while shopping in San Remo on her way to Nice to surprise her daughter, follows him and eventually speaks him outside of a bookshop. She joins him at his home in the city's hill where they begin their affair. Meanwhile, Edoardo Sr. has died and Edoardo Jr. is struggling in London while his father and other family members try to sell the family firm that Edoardo Sr. left to them to foreign investors. Edoardo Jr. pays a visit to his sister and informs her of the company's future plans as well as his objections to the sale. Emma spends the day with Antonio on her second trip to San Remo, ostensibly arranging a menu for the fancy dinner she will prepare for the international investors who are buying the Ricci family firm, and the two have passionate lovemaking. Tancredi met Emma on a trip to Russia in search of art treasures. Emma tells Antonio. Antonio trims Emma's blonde hair, leaving a long strand on the terrace, which Edoardo Jr. discovers during his own visit after the London meeting. Emma teaches him how to prepare uka when they cook together. A discussion between Edoardo Jr. and Eva is overheard on the night of the investors' supper at the Ricci villa, revealing she is pregnant with his kid. Antonio is making uka. Edoardo realizes his mother is having an affair with Antonio when he sees this dish served. He storms out of the dinner table, enraged. Emma follows him outside to the garden, where she attempts to converse with him by the pool. Edoardo loses his equilibrium while attempting to draw away from Emma's outstretched hand, collapses, hits his head to the pool stone trim, and falls into the water. He has a brain bleed and passes away in the hospital. Tancredi tries to console Emma after the funeral at the cemetery. She confesses her love for Antonio to him. "You don't exist," he says in response. Emma runs home and changes her clothing while her housekeeper assists her in packing her belongings in preparation for her departure. Before she walks away, she gives her daughter a knowing look as though she understands her mother's determination to follow her heart. Eva, who has gone unnoticed by Eduardo's family since his death, holds her abdomen as she announces her pregnancy to Eduardo Jr.'s siblings and grandmother. Emma is no longer standing in the foyer when the family members return their gaze. Emma and Antonio are shown resting together inside a cave during the end credits.